Welcome back to Hello Nigeria. It's time for us to look at what's trending on the news. And of course, we have Ezugu Chukwudi here with us. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, ladies. Happy Women
Wednesday.
We're all looking so colorful today.
Yeah.
Blue, yellow, red.
Let's just say it's the rainbow show.
It's the rainbow show.
Red. There's no orange. No, red,
Yellow.
orange, yellow,
Pink.
Green,
in one corner.
Where are you seeing green?
indigo, and violet.
My blood is violet.
Yes.
I'm purple, royal purple. Good to have you, Chukwudi.
Thank you very much.
Lagos State government has said that rejection of children living with disabilities is not right. The government said such children should be given access to education and other opportunities. It was said that parents, families, and society as a whole should neither abandon nor overpamper children with disabilities. Chukwudi, do we have adequate representation of people living with disabilities at federal, state, and local levels?
The sad thing is, we live in a society where living life is like you're trying to survive. And it is even made more difficult because of the fact that, there's a lot of hardship and every day is a struggle. Now, it is not enough for the government to just make calls and say, we want to encourage parents, we want to tell you to love your children, don't over-pamper them, give them the very best of life, and ensure that, they grow up in an environment that is conducive. But the government must also do more. Now, why Mary Slessor campaigned aggressively and even used the apparatus and apparatus of state to her advantage to stop the killing of twin babies in Calabar, former Eastern Nigeria, was as a result of what she believed in and the fact that she used the instrument of the law to her advantage. Now, the government should not just always come out to tell us that we're making calls. You should promulgate laws that will make life very difficult for those who are going to discriminate against people with special needs. And when you even talk about disabilities, are we not all living with disability? So let us just even say people with special, because if in all honesty, all of us in Nigeria, especially those of us that live in Lagos, we are mad, in quotes, one way or the other. I have a friend who stays in Ilorin, and he tells me that if you're new in Ilorin and you're from Lagos, they can tell because you always shout. And the truth is, even if it's just to say good morning, good afternoon, your voice is really loud because you've been conditioned where you're coming from. Now, that aside, it is important that we put things in place to make life difficult, for those who are going to discriminate and make life easy for those with special needs. Let's even look at even government buildings. People that have to wheel themselves into these buildings. Life is a struggle.
You can only find even very few hotels. I'm glad that there's some hotels that are starting to get the memo. So you go there and you see the toilet for persons who have to wheel themselves in. But we need to make adequate provisions for them at hospitals, at banks,
everywhere.
At clinics, everywhere. Schools. Even with parking space. In America, you see where they have the parking space for those living with disabilities so that they don't come and be struggling, and it's a lot more convenient. But if they did that kind of thing here, you still see Nigerians that have that.
No, even in America, you have people who still flout this rule. But where you have laws, you must also have enforcement. That's just easy. It makes life easy.
You don't see them flouting it with ease. That's the difference.
Because easily, exactly. There's a fine way
because you know that there will be punishments. I've seen videos online where people, you have this heated banter between somebody that is living with special needs and another person claiming that you're not supposed to be here. The truth is, in society, people would want to take advantage. But like we have said, you must make life easy for these people. The governor spoke about education. Let's even look at education. Let's look at education in Nigeria and look at free education. Is this where we're supposed to be? Life is really very, very difficult. So what we must do is ensure that it is not all talk, but we take commensurate action that matches whatever talk we come up with. It's not enough to come out and say, this is what we are going to do. I mean, you must look inwards and try to see. I just said, even in state-owned buildings, it is really difficult for people living with special needs to make their way into these, apartments or buildings.
Well, I guess we have to send a message across of disabled, not unable, and continue to preach that so people get the memo. But
to enjoy more of these our Ubunge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.